now joining us for some fresh insights. Welcome into the show. Think, Jordan, what immediately springs to mind for you, and what did you make a point of going off to see first? Just walk me through it.
Well, Jordan really is the sort of Middle East that you dream of. I mean, like you say, it has fallen in terms of tourism recently because of its noisy neighbours, as they call them. But that is sort of the perfect way to go there right now, because there are hardly any visitors there. I mean, I was walking around Petra feeling as though I was pretty much on my own. Through Wadi Rum, it was the same thing. So it is those, you know, the Bedouin encampments, the vast plains, the ancient cities, all of that. So we started our journey in Wadi Rum, which really is, I mean, it's Lawrence of Arabia territory. That's where T.E. Lawrence actually travelled through, and also where the film was filmed. Other films like The Martian and Red Planet, because it really does look like the outer reaches of the universe. You have the Bedouin tents that you stay in, you go around on jeep tours, you go on camel rides. It really is fantastic fun. And there are, you know, tens of thousands of petroglyphs there, ancient petroglyphs dating back 12,000 years. So you really do get a window into the very beginnings of mankind there. So from Wadi Rum, it is a relatively short drive, about 2 hours to Petra. Of course, the 4th century BC Nabatean city, and the real kind of big ticket site there. I assumed that it would basically be a letdown, because let's face it, how could it live up to the hype? But it absolutely did, and so much more. We stayed directly opposite the entrance at the Movenpick Hotel there, so it was just about a 5-minute walk across the road, and we were inside this incredible 4th century BC city. You walk through that narrow Sikh canyon to arrive there. You see that beautiful facade of the treasury that you see on the tourist brochures. It is so much more beautiful than you could ever imagine. And you can spend the whole day, we spent 2 days kind of hiking around, seeing all the rock facades and all the little caves there too. So Petra, really, as I said, you kind of feel like you have it to yourself. And by night, you can do it as well, when it is completely lit up by candles, which is itself a really fantastic experience. From there, we went to the Dana Biosphere. Now, we really did see the wild natural side of Jordan, and there is something called the Royal Society for the Conservation of Nature in Jordan. It was set up in the 60s to try and maintain these beautiful natural environments, and the Dana Biosphere is one of those, and they own a lodge called Fainan Eco Lodge there. It was named by National Geographic as one of the top 25 eco lodges in the world, and it was just so fantastic. You know, you spend your day hiking, learning from the local Bedouins how to make bread and how to grind and make coffee, which is a very special experience. And then by night you go back, it's all solar powered, all lit by candles, so it's a very romantic experience, and some of the best stargazing I've seen in the world, especially since we were there for a full moon. After that, we went up to a place called Main Hot Springs, where we had just 2 days of nothing but pampering. It's one of the best massages I've ever had in my life, and you're there kind of soaking in these mineral-rich hot spring waterfalls, and you're 400 metres below sea level there, because you are right next to the Dead Sea, which was our final stop in Jordan. So after 10 days, it was the perfect spot to end up. We stayed in another place owned by the Royal Society for the Conservation of Nature called the Mujib Chalets, and there are these 15 chalets just along the waterfront there of the Dead Sea. So you go and once again, felt like we had the whole Dead Sea to ourselves, and then went hiking in the Mujib Canyon, which is this really stunning canyon filled with water. You've got it almost up to your neck at certain points. So you're swimming and hiking up waterfalls. It is really a natural paradise.
This region, it's got to be said, has had more than its brush with volatility. You know, we know not so far away you've got the ISIS build out, or you did have that, and for a while even in Petra, it was feared that, heaven forbid, that those monuments would have been targeted. I mean, can you say that right here, right now, you felt absolutely sort of no unease over all of that? Because the fact that there was no